Favorite pelvic stretches, and we'll do them each 3 times. So the first one, you get 2 stretches in one. Bring your knee to your chest, which will stretch the hamstring around the base of the bottom, and straighten out the other leg so that that leg gets a stretch across the front. First time we stretch, we're just thinking, what's it like? What I call observation round. How does that feel compared to your normal? And breathe. Let gravity stretch you out. Couple of nice deep breaths. And then we'll change it round. And it's best to come back to the middle position. Fold your other knee in, get right round underneath your bottom, and straighten the other one out. And in your observation round, decide which side you think was the tightest. So for me, this side's definitely a tighter squeeze, but not so comfortable as when I did my left one. Don't try and change it, just observe and breathe. Hang into it, let gravity do some work. Then draw back to the middle and we go round 2. But with round 2, I like to just lift my bottom up and down so I can get a bit more of a cuddly stretch. And while you're in the stretch, now start to think about helping it along. So you could waggle your toes a bit, big deep breaths, bit of a wriggle around your chest area. It can be interesting what else feels tight when you're stretching your legs, but you can feel that other bits would like it too. Hang into it and breathe. Then when that one feels like it's had a nice go, come back into the middle, swap it round, unhook your bottom, snuggle your thigh in, let the other leg go. And you might feel now that you want to stretch different things. This doesn't feel so much like my top half needs a stretch. This feels like I really need to waggle this leg into my body and stretch out through my thigh a bit more. So I call this round 2 the therapeutic round, where you're trying to help the stretch along, whichever way feels instinctive to you. Hold this therapeutic stretch and breathe. And then we'll go round 3, which should feel like a finishing off stretch. The sense that one more is nice to do, but you probably wouldn't bother with number 4 or 5, they wouldn't do much. So this one should feel like you've reached your maximum stretch for today. Hold it and hug it and breathe. And I haven't got a way of timing this evening, but about 20 to 30 seconds for each stretch. And then change it round. So a sense that you're done on that stretch. And science at the moment is saying 2 isn't quite enough, but 4's beyond the need, and 3 is perfect in every way. And breathe. Then come back to your middle position and we'll do butterfly. And you can do, first level is with your feet on the floor, letting the inner thighs stretch, letting your chest open at the same time, as if you were putting the flats of your feet together, which you might not be able to do yet, but if you can do, and letting gravity be the stretcher of your inner thighs. Then draw the knees back in. If that felt quite a strong stretch for you, repeat it with your feet on the floor. If you felt like it didn't quite get it, you bring your feet in off the floor and you open out up in the air. I like this position for stretching inner thighs because your organs are all tipping backwards. Your back's nicely supported, your neck's nicely supported. It's exactly the same as the yoga pose where you sit with your legs out, but I think it's easier to stretch the bits you want in a comfortable way. Hold there, and then bring the knees together just to take the tension out of it. And your third stretch, you should feel you could reach a little bit further onto your feet, or just grab a bit more, get a little bit closer into your body, and breathe. And release. And our last stretch before our relaxation is the happy baby stretch. Couldn't think of my words there. So the modified happy baby, you hold the backs of your thighs and it's a double stretch of the tops of the hamstrings. If that doesn't feel like it's doing anything, you want to hold your toes and try to extend your knees. The key thing is it's both legs at the same time getting round and under here. I'm just going to turn slightly because I call this a narrow happy baby and this a wide happy baby. Have a jig about to find your sweet spot where you feel that that's giving you the best back of the thigh stretch. And then release it, let it hug down and put it back on again. Grab your toes, pull the legs long and then find your happy baby best stretch or just a different one. So I've gone really wide now because that feels nice. And stretches should be comfortable and pleasant, not forced or nasty. Hold and breathe. Again, you're aiming for 20 to 30 seconds, but when you feel you're getting the shakes or it's just enough, you pull back in. So we're not trying to damage anything or force anything, we're trying to encourage. And our last one, take them wide. Enjoy the stretch, breathe deep, get right into it. Your body will love you for doing these before bedtime. Most pelvises could do with a stretch. Come back to the middle, hug your knees to your chest, draw yourself some little circles with your bottom, and then lower your feet down and draw yourself some little circles with your nose in both directions.